So I wanted to do an interesting video on something interesting, and I also wanted to test a new tripod and see how it works. And so hopefully we'll kill two birds with one stone. Anyway, I went ahead and looked up Photoshop art because that's really interesting. And sometimes you will find Photoshop art mislabeled, especially on Pinterest. They'll, I don't know, that house in the bay on top of a giant rock sort of thing is a pretty common one. You know, it's clearly photoshopped, but people say it's like, you know, a house outside of Dublin or something, and it's not. But there's some really cool works of art out there, and it is totally a thing to have a piece of art and kind of merge different pictures in it. This one here is cool. You got a guy, it looks for the life of me like he's swimming down the road. I mean, it's clearly Photoshop, but it's still a cool picture, you know. I guess it's totally a new art form, man. Gotta give it credit, because it's kind of awesome. See, look at this. Look at that. I mean, the background and the sky is probably real. On top of that, you got, you know, mushroom houses and a dog in a bucket, you know. That's neat. I just like looking at stuff like this from time to time, you know. Helps you get inspired. I mean, if you need ideas for stuff, there's just so much material out there to look at. Like, this is awesome. You got a leopard made out of fire. That's kind of cool, man. I mean, from a distance, you think, hey, that's a freaking leopard, right? Nope. That's Photoshop made out of fire. I mean, seriously, how cool is that? So, I don't know, I just figured I'd kind of share with you today. Oh, look at that. That's like kind of a steampunkish thing going on there. That's pretty neat. Huh. You know, it amazes me sometimes how creative people are online. I mean, they think about the most interesting things, like a cow and a woman next to a tree in a light bulb. I mean, that's just interesting stuff, man. So I don't know who this fella is, but relatively interesting. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. You got like he's made of snakes or something. I don't know. Would not want to come across that thing. You know what I'm saying? Criminy, fellas. That's kind of interesting. Kind of whimsical, you know. Interesting. So tell me in the comment section below, what kind of artsy stuff do you like? You know, what do you like to draw? What do you like to look at? What inspires you? You know, I'm generally inspired by weirdness, so I'll look up something like Photoshop art, for example, because it's interesting. And why not? You know what I mean? So, look at that. A face, a book. I mean, you gotta be creative to come up with some of this stuff. And they say that you can't create anything that isn't already out there. Huh, look at that. But that's not true. There is so much more stuff that hasn't been created. I mean, the guy that thought, you know what, I wonder what would happen if I was like, you know, mowing my face like a lawn. I mean, come on. That's awesome. Creativity, man. Find it. It's not going to find you. You have to find it. You have to look. Interesting stuff. So as I was saying before I rambled on, let me know what kind of things inspire you, what kind of like artsy stuff gives you a little extra oomph in your brain, you know, that makes you want to create something, because it's just interesting. It really is interesting. So I'm probably going to go ahead and look at more of these photos. I'm almost at 5 minutes, so I'm going to let you go so that I can continue looking at these interesting photos. course, credit goes to Google because I have Googled these. None of these photos we're looking at are my own. They are the artist's creation. And the artist created them for us to enjoy, for us to get online, and for us to look at and be inspired. So, have an absolutely wonderful day. That's all. I'm out.